According to Phil Spencer, head of Microsoft, Microsoft has entered into a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo following the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard King. Microsoft is committed to helping bring more games to more people, however they choose to play. They are most likely not going to choose Nintendo though. Unless they do the unthinkable. Call of Duty and Nintendo are not a match made in heaven. I'm happy to hear the announcement, but I'm a little skeptical. I don't see how the Switch can run anything that Call of Duty has to offer right now. I mean, right now we're playing Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2. There is no way in hell that the Nintendo Switch can run Modern Warfare 2. Unless they want to use like some Roblox graphics. I don't think it's going to happen. I had Call of Duty on the Wii. I loved it at the time, but I was a Nintendo diehard. I had all the Nintendo consoles. I remember back in the day when I was like a teenager, I was a young... Damn it. Back in the day when I was a young AB, a young little AB, I had a Nintendo Wii, and the first Call of Duty game on the Nintendo that I played was World at War. Now, we had two Nintendo Wiis. I had one, my brother had one. We had two World at Wars. I had World at War, he had World at War. And we would play together, and it was fun. You got to aim with the Wii remote, and it was awesome. Like, incredible accuracy, being able to play with the Wii remote. You literally aimed your Wii remote at the TV, and you could aim, shoot, you could move your gun around. You could even turn your gun sideways and shoot like a gangster. It was super cool. I remember we had Black Ops 2. What else did we have? I think that was it. I think Call of Duty Ghosts was the last one on Nintendo. 2013 was the last time Call of Duty was on Nintendo. So it's been a long time. So I'm curious as to why now. Why the 10-year commitment now? Woo! This acquisition was one of the biggest in, like, not just gaming, but like in business period. It was a huge acquisition. Get him, bro. And we lost. Call of Duty games on Nintendo were never the greatest. If you only had Nintendo, if you could only afford Nintendo, or if you're, for whatever reason you're a little kid and your parents only feel comfortable buying you a Nintendo console, you were kind of asked out in Call of Duty. Call of Duty games on Nintendo were always watered down ports. They didn't have all of the features. They never got any kind of content updates. For example, back in the day, the model was you bought your game for $50 and then you would get some kind of content update. You would buy DLC, and with that DLC, you would get like 4 maps, some new guns, some new characters, etc., right? But it was all paid DLC. On Nintendo, you never got that. You got the base version and that was it. You always felt a little left out. So while you were on Nintendo Wii, you know, twisting your arm around and breaking TVs and breaking the ceiling fan and hitting your little baby nephew in the face, nearly taking out his eye socket with the Wii remote. Your homies on PlayStation, they were partying up. They were getting DLC. They were also running better frame rate, better graphics. I mean, you had no choice. Some of us didn't have a choice. Call of Duty on Nintendo could work, but I don't think they're going to bring Modern Warfare 2. I don't even think they'll bring Warzone 2, unless 2 things happen. I only see 2 outcomes with Call of Duty and Nintendo. Outcome number 1, Nintendo releases a stronger console in the future, because there's no way in hell that the Nintendo Switch is running this current build. There's no way. Since the contract is for 10 years, or since the commitment is for 10 years, option number 1 is Nintendo releases a brand new console that is more powerful and on par with at least the PlayStation 4. And not just better processor, not just better graphics, but a better online infrastructure. Because Nintendo's online infrastructure is ass. One of the worst experiences ever. I remember back in the day, if you wanted to add a friend in Call of Duty on Nintendo, you had to have this goofy ass, long ass number. It was basically like a phone number, and it was unique to you. And then you had to add your friends using their own unique goofy ass number, which made no sense. It wasn't like on PlayStation where, like, if your username was you know, Raw Dogger 6969, you know, you could just look that up and you could add them. On Nintendo, you had this 14-digit serial number, and your friend had to know your number, and then you can play with each other, right? It was super weird. Option number 2. Option number 2. And I think this will make a lot of sense. Call of Duty Mobile. Hear me out. Hear me out. Call of Duty Mobile and Warzone Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile and Warzone Mobile are 2 very viable options for Nintendo and Call of Duty. The Nintendo Switch already has touchscreen. It already has a decent processor. It runs Apex Legends, kinda. It's not great, but it runs it. Think about it. Think about it. The Switch has portable features. It's already portable. Oh, hell no. Ah! Dub teammate. The Switch already has a touchscreen. It already has gyro. It has everything that a mobile device basically has already. And I think it could work. I even saw a Twitter post from our broski Jaboozle, and he agreed. He said he's been saying it for years. Call of Duty Mobile on Switch would make a lot of sense, and I agree. It didn't click at first, but he's right. Warzone Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, they could all work on Switch, and they would probably be a really good looking version too. And I can see those releasing almost immediately. There shouldn't be any kind of 2-3 year wait to bring those over. By the way, I saw this crazy footage of someone playing Modern Warfare 2 on the Steam Deck using touch controls, and dude, their movement and everything was bonkers, bro. They were nasty with it. Dude, I'm long shotting people with this pistol, boys. I wanted a challenge and we're getting one. We're bringing the pain. Oh my god, dude. You thought. And I know all the news is everyone's talking about Nintendo and Call of Duty because it's been so long. The last game was 2013. But Microsoft also announced that they offered the same commitment to Steam and PlayStation. So it's not just Nintendo, it's in general, because a lot of people didn't know what was going to happen once Microsoft bought Call of Duty. A lot of people were wondering, what's going to happen to Call of Duty on PlayStation. Now that Microsoft owns it, they could have kind of a monopoly on Call of Duty. But it looks like Microsoft is all about making that money, and making that money means making it available on as many consoles as possible to as many people as possible. So when you're in the business of making money, you don't want to cut out any demographic, right? Damn. I'm curious how many people would actually play Call of Duty on Nintendo. If you own a PS5, a high-end PC, an Xbox Series X, what are the odds that you will go out of the way to buy a Nintendo console to play Call of Duty? I think the odds are slim and none. You thought, sucker? Oh, I'm messing these dudes up. Is that guy blind? 250 for the win. Who's playing Call of Duty on Nintendo? Anybody? No? Also, I want to apologize to everybody in Australia. I know I've been talking a lot of smack about Australia, but my statements still stand. I would not move to Australia simply for the fact of all the carnivorous, venomous animals that will destroy you, okay? But still, nothing beats Ohio. If anyone's got a one-up on Australia, it's Ohio. I've been seeing the stuff that been going on in Ohio, and I'm sorry, guys. You guys got to sort your state out. There's all kinds of craziness going on in Ohio. If I had two options, Australia or Ohio, I'm taking Australia. I'll take Australia a million times before I move to Ohio. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. Also, let me know what you guys think about this whole Nintendo Call of Duty situation. Did you ever play Call of Duty on Nintendo before? And what do you think is the potential future? Would you like to see the Call of Duty main titles on Nintendo? Or do you think maybe the Nintendo brand is more suited for like the mobile side? Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay healthy. Peace.